Jokic can win his championship, no one's going to care. Let's just be honest. I'm sorry. He's not going to go from where he is right now to this super mega star because he's not doing anything.
What do you call a player who had an incredible season, averaging 26.4 points, 12.4 rebounds, and 9.0 assists over 79 games? Some might say the best player in the world. Others will call them the face of the NBA, or maybe even the greatest player of all time. But the question still remains, why does the NBA still hate Nikola Jokic? Let's talk about the impressive numbers of Jokic.
Have you had any bad nights this year?
Through just 10 games this season, Jokic is having the most insane offensive season in NBA history. He's leading the league in rebounds and assists as a center. He's dropping 29.7 points per game, 13.4 rebounds, and 10.9 assists. Oh, and he's also on track to break his own record for the highest PER of all time. Yeah, you heard that right. His PER is currently higher than Wilt Chamberlain's from 1961, when he averaged 50.4 points and 25.7 rebounds per game. What are we seeing here? This is not normal. Ever heard someone say a player is more skilled than Karl Anthony Towns? If the name is Austin Rivers, that's exactly what they might claim. But let's be real. Does that really make sense? Is this player truly the most skilled center in the NBA? If that's the case, then Nikola Jokic must be a total joke, right? Nah, not at all. Don't get it twisted. Karl Anthony Towns is an absolute beast. But if we flip the script and ask, what does Towns do better than Jokic? The answer is nothing. In 2025, Jokic is out here scoring more points, grabbing more boards, dishing more assists, shooting a ridiculous 56% from three, and committing fewer fouls.
This dude is so fucking good, man. Straight up. Like, I haven't seen anything like it.
This whole hot take just shows how wild and biased the NBA media has gotten these days.
Probably the most skilled center in the NBA. He's probably the most skilled center in the NBA.
Well, Jokic is the most skilled center in the NBA.
I don't think so.
So why does the NBA hate Nikola Jokic so much? Is it because he doesn't have a big personality? Do they think his game is boring? Up until recently, the answer has been all three. First, the NBA is an American league and has always shown a bias toward American stars. Second, fans want to be entertained on and off the court. So the media and the league cater to players with big personalities who engage with NBA discourse.
Did you really tell the locker room staffer in Denver you were going to be back for
Hell
games?
yeah. They know. I was in there. Yeah, I told them. I said, I'll see y'all motherfuckers for Game 7. Yeah.
Did you really tell the locker room staffer in Denver you were going to be back for Game 7? Hell yeah. They know I was in there. Yeah, I told them, I see you all for Game 7. And third, he's really not that marketable. The media has finally found an angle with the whole NBA is a day job for Jokic narrative.
When I finish my career, I really wish nobody knows me.
Remember the 2019 playoff series between the Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trail Blazers? That was a defining moment in Jokic's career. Sure, he dropped some solid numbers, but the Nuggets fell short, getting knocked out in a brutal 7-game series. And suddenly, social media was full of hate. People were quick to call him soft and questioned whether he could ever be the guy to lead a team to a championship. The worst part, Jokic's style of play, which isn't the typical high-flying, flashy showmanship like some of the league's athletic superstars, made him an easy target. His low-key, finesse-based game got brushed aside in favor of the loud, explosive style that grabs headlines. But here's the thing, all those criticisms just don't seem to stick anymore. Despite the hate, Jokic has kept proving them wrong. Nikola Jokic just isn't about that flashy superstar life. He's like this generation's Tim Duncan, focused, low-key, and all about winning. The guy just wants to crush it on the court, grab some championships, and head home. He's not chasing fame or blowing up on social media. He just wants to ball out and enjoy his life. And honestly, he's cool with the idea of people forgetting about him once he's done. When my career is over, I really wish nobody knows me, he said. And who's got a problem with that? Oh right, NBA media. They just can't seem to handle a guy who doesn't fit the superstar mold they're used to hyping up. Honestly, the league and media are pushing some stars so hard it feels off. Like, maybe it's time to rethink what's really worth celebrating. Saying Nikola Jokic and Paolo Banchero aren't worth watching, that's a massive disservice to the league. Sure, hot takes might grab attention, but the NBA should be pushing the spotlight on those small market stars and the players who do the gritty work. Fans need to fall in love with more than just the dunks and threes. The heart, the hustle, and the strategy too. Honestly, this might be one of the main reasons the league's viewership is tanking this season. So many casual fans have no idea about these players, or are fed the narrative that the league's top talents aren't skilled or worth watching. That's just wild. Real NBA fans absolutely love Nikola Jokic, and it's easy to see why. He's pretty much flipping the NBA's #1 rule on its head. What rule, you ask? Load management. Most stars like to take a few games off here and there, making sure they're fully fresh for the playoffs. Take Joel Embiid, for instance. Earlier this year, he casually told reporters, "If I had to guess, I probably would never play back-to-back for the rest of my career." Can you imagine that? Telling your fans, "Yeah, I'm going to skip 20% of the games every season from here on out." For a little context, if Embiid misses just 2 more games for any reason, whether it's an injury, illness, or personal stuff, he automatically gets knocked out of the running for MVP, All-Star status,
the 2023 Kia NBA MVP.
and any other major individual award. Embiid later said he was just messing around with that comment, but the damage was already done. That one line ended up costing him a $100,000 fine, and it sparked a full-blown NBA investigation. And then there's Nikola Jokic, aka the Cookie Monster. This guy's a machine. In 2023, he played 69 games, and guess what? That's the year he snagged an NBA championship. So, of course, this season, he's doing his thing again, starting every game for the Nuggets, and even cranking up his minutes to 38 a game. The dude is locked in. Just check him out coaching from the bench. He's all business. Recently, Denver Nuggets head coach Mike Malone was asked if he ever has to apologize to Jokic for playing him for so many minutes, and his response?
What's his response?
Nah, man, you see his paycheck? You see his paycheck?
No, man, you see his paycheck? See his paycheck? This says everything about the Nuggets' stance on load management. They don't do it. Jokic is pocketing $58,000 per game, so don't expect to hear him complain about those heavy minutes anytime soon. Nikola Jokic's performance this season is nothing short of jaw-dropping, and the craziest part? It's all happening with a team in chaos. On November 5th, Shams reported that Aaron Gordon would be sidelined for multiple weeks with a right calf strain. That's a major blow. The guy who's been giving you 15.6 points, 3 rebounds, and shooting over 53% from the field is now out. On top of that, your second best player is struggling like never before, shooting a career low 40% from the field and hitting a career low percentage from deep. And if that wasn't enough, the player you brought in this summer to make a difference is shooting just 35% and averaging 3 turnovers a game. Oh, and don't forget, you've just thrown a 23-year-old kid into the starting lineup, a guy who's spent most of his career coming off the bench. If this were any other team, they'd be sinking to the bottom of the standings, but not when you've got Nikola Jokic leading the charge. Since Aaron Gordon went down with his injury, the Denver Nuggets have caught fire, winning 3 straight games and climbing all the way to the 4th seed in the Western Conference. And guess who's been leading the charge? Nikola Jokic. Over this stretch, he's been putting up a jaw-dropping 30 points, 16 rebounds, and 15 assists per game on a ridiculous 61% shooting from the field. And wait for it, 71% from 3. And he's doing all of this while playing nearly 40 minutes a game. Talk about stepping up. Jokic's man-up mentality is on full display, and he's made sure his team hasn't sunk without Gordon, and while dealing with shooting struggles. It's this kind of mindset that inspired me to create the Champions Blueprint, a program designed to help you go from wasted potential to peak performance in just 30 days. Start by taking the free mental toughness test. Instantly find out where you rank and get 3 powerful tips to unlock your own peak performance today. Just click the link in the comments to try it out. This Denver squad is about to be straight up scary once they get healthy. And when Jamal Murray and Westbrook start hitting those shots, watch out. They're all in for a championship right now. And who better to lead the charge than a 3-time MVP who's absolutely in his prime? But here's the big question. Do you think Nikola Jokic will take home the MVP this season? And what about the Nuggets? Can they battle their way through the brutal Western Conference and take down the reigning champs in a 7-game series? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this video got you hyped, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on those notifications.